A capa de vera, Dora, in the lost city of gold. Hablemos de eso.
We're onto something big, Dora.
An ancient city made of gold, Parapata. And your mother and I are gonna prove it.
And me.
I'm sorry, sweetie, you're not going.
What?
Being in the city around kids your own age, like Diego, might help.
So you're gonna get invited to some of these parties called raves. The music sounds like this. Go get it! Be careful. That's what we want to say.
Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I am that guy in a motorcycle who reviews movies. And this week, I will be talking about Dora in the Lost City of Gold. Now, if you've never been to the channel before, my channel, just me, that one guy on a motorcycle. I tend to watch movies and I tend to review them, just like the channel says. But this is basically for people who haven't seen a movie and who wants to know, because everybody's just like, they know I go to the movies a lot. And the question is just like, hey, is that movie any good? Or, hey, should I watch that movie? So I'm just like, all right, so how about I just put out a general basic review on the movie that I watch, and you guys can tell me how it is. So it's basically for those people who haven't seen the movie. I try not to do any spoilers. And for people who have seen the movie, it's a good little thing. You guys can come back and watch the review and tell me if you guys agree or disagree. So this week, I will be reviewing Dora. How did I like it? Was it good? Was it bad? What did I like? What didn't I like? And all that good stuff. Now, this is actually my second time redoing this review. I actually did this review last week. I was supposed to put it out last week, but the audio got messed up, sounded really bad, and I decided I'll just do it again. So it's technically a week old. But let's get into it. Dora in the Lost City of Gold. Now, this movie takes place, I'm going to say current time, in the current time that we live in right now, and it stars Dora. As many of you guys know, this is a kids TV show. Dora, and she's living in the jungle with her mommy and her dad and her cousin Diego. It starts off, they're 6 years old, I believe, and it's getting kind of hot. It's nice in the evening time right now. 6:30 right now. It's pretty hot. But starts off, Dora, 6 years old, her and Diego, and they're playing in the forest, and Diego gets notified that, hey, he's moving out of the forest and he's moving to the big city. So Dora grows up in the jungle by herself. 10 years later, mom and dad is going on an adventure and says, hey, Dora, you have to move to the city with your cousin Diego because we're going on an adventure. Dora moves to the city, kind of out of place, fish out of water, gets kidnapped, has to find her parents because her parents is trying to find the lost city of, I can't really remember how to pronounce the name, but Dora gets kidnapped, has to find her parents, and that's pretty much the premise of the movie. Now, this movie, believe it or not, was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed myself with this movie. I did not think that I was going to like this movie. I was thinking, this is a kid's movie, it's a Nickelodeon movie, this is not going to be fun. But it turned out to be actually pretty fun. Now, I would say Dora at this point in time in life, this is 2019, Dora has hit OG status. Oh, she has a chic riot jacket on. But Dora has hit OG status, so Dora could do no wrong. I did not grow up watching Dora, but my kids grew up watching Dora, and I took my daughter to go watch this movie. So me, as a parent, not saying I had to, but, you know, I kind of had to, because all three of my kids, well, two of my kids grew up watching Dora. So I felt like, hey, I know Dora. Now, with this movie, I felt like in the theater that we were in, there were parents, there were kids, there were teenagers, there were pretty much everybody in this theater, the theater that we were at. So it wasn't like it was just for kids, even though kids were there. So I think that's one thing that this movie has going for it. But like I said, this movie is actually pretty good. What did I like? I really liked, what worked for me, I should say. I really liked the character who played, the actress who played Dora. What's going on over here? I have no idea. TV, I don't know, whatever. But I really enjoyed the actress that played Dora. I thought that she was perfect. Both Doras, the 6-year-old Dora and the 16-year-old Dora, because it takes place 10 years after. I think she was perfect. Like, she really embodied Dora, even though like Dora is this cartoon little girl. And she really, I'm not sure how old this actress is, but however old she is, she played like a 16-year-old Dora, and that was pretty cool. Another thing too that I liked about this movie was we all know that Dora talks to the camera. She teaches the kids. She's taught me a lot throughout my life, so I definitely want to say thank you, Dora, for that. But Dora talks to the kids like, hey, can you guys say Papi? Or do you know where Swiper is? So it's funny, in the movie she's doing that. She's like talking to the camera, and her parents is just like, who's she talking to? Like, what is she looking at? And it kind of plays it like, you know what I mean? It's just like a phase that she's going through. And I thought that was pretty hilarious because it's just like, oh, Dora and this little phase that she's going through, she's talking to whoever her imaginary friends. And I thought that was hilarious. It kind of gave some reason to why is she talking to herself / the camera or whatever. Traffic. Another thing too I liked the relationship between her and her cousin Diego. Like in the first scene in this movie, her and Diego is playing adventures, I guess you could say, and just their relationship to say like, hey, we're cousins and we love each other, and I really enjoyed that. And it goes to show again in the first scene, like you think they're on a real adventure, swinging through vines and having adventures and baby jaguar, but no, they're just in a cardboard box. They're just imagining it. So it made it look like, hey, all these adventures that Dora has been going on, Dora the Explorer, is technically just her imagination. She really never left the backyard. So that was actually pretty cool. I like how they did that. What else did I like about this movie? This movie is actually pretty funny. Believe it or not, I actually laughed a few times. Granted, it is kid humor, but what's wrong with kid humor? Everybody was a kid at one point. And if you wasn't a kid, you were probably a sad, lonely little child. But yeah, it's this crazy kid humor, but it actually still works. What else did I like about this movie? Oh man, it's actually a lot to like about this movie. This movie was not bad. The only things I did not like or kind of rubbed me the wrong way, I would probably say it was Boots and Swiper. The CG in this movie got a little freaky. Boots looked a little weird and creepy and a little off, and same thing as Swiper. Swiper's in this movie, and it's just a little weird. Kind of threw me off. But other than that, this is a kids movie. It's for kids. It's actually perfect for what it is. Who is this movie for? I feel like if you have grown up watching Dora, because by this time you're probably, 13, 14, 12 years old, and you're just like, hey, I remember Dora. Granted, this movie is probably about 7 years too late. I feel like they should have made this in the prime of Dora, but who am I to say? Or if you're a parent who had to watch Dora, like this guy right here, who had to watch Dora, plenty and plenty of hours of Dora. I'll probably say I've probably seen at least 100 hours of Dora the Explorer, if not more. Because how many times have these kids watched that show multiple times, same episode, and both kids watching the same episode? So yeah, I've seen hundreds of hours of Dora. So yeah, I know Dora. So who's this movie for? This movie's for the parents. This movie's for the kids who grew up on it. Kids now, would they know Dora? I'm not sure. Who knows? But I think it's perfect. It's a nice little family movie, and it's it's kind of hard to find family movies these days to take your kids to. But I think this movie is actually pretty good. If I was to rate this movie, like I do all movies, I would give this one a 4 out of 6. Yes, this movie gets stuck in 4th gear for me. Why? Let me tell you why it gets stuck in 4th gear. Like I said before, I really love the actress. Can you say stay put? I really love the actress who plays Dora. I thought that she did a great job. I really love the humor. It's very light humor and very lighthearted, I should say. And I really love the characters, Diego and their friends, and they're going on adventures and all that good stuff. I really liked it. And the only thing that put me off really was the CG of Boots and Swiper. But other than that, this movie gets stuck in 4th gear for me. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt, people, when you guys go out and watch Dora. And tell me what you guys think. All right, guys, today's episode is sponsored by Perfectly Hued. Who is Perfectly Hued? Now, Perfectly Hued is a birthday card company. This is a brand new company, guys, and they specialize in birthday cards and greeting cards and stationaries for kids of color. Now, trust me, this is very important. You know why? Because sometimes when you want to feel included and you want to find something or someone that looks like you, it's kind of hard. So this is what Perfectly Hued does. They specialize in birthday cards and stationaries for kids of color. And just for you guys, I talked and I begged and I pled with Perfectly Hugh, and I said, please, can we get a discount code so I can give it to you guys that's out there who's watching this video. So just for you guys who's watching this video, 10% off of your next order. All you have to do is put promo code TOG10 for that one guy and get 10% off for your next order. All right, so thank you, Perfectly Hugh, and thank you everybody who's watching this video. Now, you guys know, please love your neighbors, be kind to one another, all right? Don't be jerks. There's too many jerks on the internet. Don't be that guy. But until next time, people, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out.